With identifying types of reactions. There are 5 types, as it says in the directions here. The following reactions indicate whether the following are examples of synthesis, decomposition, single displacement, double displacement, or combustion. So I have a quick reminder. So take a look at the next page of this. For 5 types of reactions, notice that I have synthesis. I have A plus B. Now remember, A plus B means, there we go, that we have an element plus an element, which means one capital letter plus one capital letter, no matter what the numbers are, just one capital letter plus one capital letter, and that's a synthesis reaction. Well, what about a decomposition reaction? Well, that's like the opposite of a synthesis reaction. So a decomposition reaction just has one compound and then the arrow. There is no plus sign. That's important. Maybe I'll put this in for my notes here. For this, it says no plus sign on the left. That means left of the arrow, excuse me. So right there's the arrow, and there is no plus sign here. Let me go back to my highlighter, and then I can say for single displacement. Now this one's a little bit more confusing because there's an element plus a compound. The A plus the BC means I have an element plus a compound here, and what I get then is a compound and another element. Okay, so now I gotta say, if we take a look at combustion, there could be some confusion because in combustion there's an element here plus a compound, but the element is always O2 and the compound always has C and H in it. It can have other things like O and N, but it always has C and H. So in this case here for combustion, it's very simple or very easy to identify the combustion reaction over the single displacement, because you can have anything as an element and a compound for single displacement, but for combustion it's specifically only those two. So let's change the color one more time here. Maybe I'll do a lighter green. Let's try that and see if that works. So for double displacement, we have a compound plus a compound. Yeah, that's just, there we go. Ooh, that looks too close to, yeah, let's get rid of that. So let me try this now. That. Let's try another color. How about, where's a brown? Ooh, everybody loves brown. That's a joke, nobody loves brown. So that's not true. Lots of people like brown. I like brown. But as far as highlighting, yeah, that's pretty awful. Double displacement is a compound plus a compound. So just a quick review. We have 5 choices here. We have element plus element, that's synthesis. Just one compound, that's decomposition. Element plus compound is single displacement, and compound plus compound is double displacement. And then very specifically, we have a CH compound plus O2 as combustion. And we will always get then on this side of combustion CO2 and H2O, which is another indicator of combustion. Let's go back and see what we get. Notice that for the number, I'm going to go through example of each one in the first 7 or 8. So number 1, this right here is a compound. I'm just going to do regular highlighters here. A compound plus a compound. So what's a compound plus a compound? Well, of course, a compound plus a compound, we said, is the other one, is double displacement. So that would be a DD. That's what that is, double displacement. Double replacement is the same thing. Take a look at number 3. Notice for number 3, I have a CH plus O2. Notice there's CO2 and H2O. This is definitely a combustion. Okay, COMB, combustion. Take a look at number 4. I have PB. PB is just an element. Okay, FeSO4 is definitely a compound. So if I have an element and a compound, then that's supposed to be a C. Then what I have is a single displacement reaction, SD. Okay, so single displacement is SD, double displacement is DD, decomposition is D, and synthesis is S, and I can even do CO for combustion. So take a look at number 5. Number 5 has no plus sign on the left-hand side, so this is definitely a decomposition reaction because I go from one thing to many things. Take a look at number 6. This is it. All I have to do is 1 through 6 to get an example of each one. One capital letter plus one capital letter means element plus element, which means synthesis. Here you have an example of all 5 of the different types of chemical reactions. Finish the page with a DD, an SD, an S, or a D and a C, CO for combustion. Just like this. There. Like that. So finish the rest of the page. If you want to take a look at my notes again, you are more than welcome to copy this down somewhere for the 5 different types of reactions, and this is where I'm going to stop the screencast. Thank you very much.